You're listening to the Media Man Dan podcast. Let's rock!
I've been feeling so low, I've been feeling so dead. I got all of these emotions running through my head. What people don't know, I've been hanging by a thread. I've been feeling so broken, I hope this ain't the end. I've been feeling so low, I've been feeling so dead. I got all of these emotions running through my head. What people don't know, I've been hanging by a thread. I've been feeling so broken, I hope this ain't the end.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Media Man Dan podcast. Today, I have one of the newest rappers that all of you guys need to check out. This is YungEdxsxn, and just like Mr. Edison himself, he is bringing electrifying music to our modern day with some incredible emo rap, a little bit of rock style, and incredible vocals. That is what I have to say about YungEdxsxn here. YungEdxsxn, dude, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's been a roller coaster, but I'm making it through.
Awesome. That is perfect because a roller coaster is the best way to live. Honestly, all the ups and downs will always make you appreciate things that you get at the end. It's like getting off the roller coaster and going to the gift shop and they hand you a free t-shirt, right? That's where my mindset's at least.
Hopefully I'll be able to do that one day.
Absolutely you will, because all of the things on that roller coaster will teach you the greatest things that you need to learn in life.
Oh, yeah.
Be a stronger, more awesome person overall. And, you know, you've already had so many years alive. You got to make sure that as you continue, you're going to take all of those next exact amount of years and say, holy shit, look at that huge improvement. Look at all of this change.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's gonna be all for the good.
I have definitely improved. I mean, I still remember the very first song I made. I was so excited about it. I went on like Omegle and I just started like telling people about it and stuff like that. They gave me tips and all that. It was a really bad song. I'm telling you, it was horrible. It was about one of my exes, and I was like, I lost the song now. There's no way I could find it at all. No.
My first rap ever was about my ex. Do you want to know what the name of that song was?
Fake Love.
No, I was genius. It was called X Rap.
Bruh.
Yes.
But I mean, judging from like what I did there versus what I'm doing now, I mean, I've only been going uphill with my music.
Awesome, man. And I'm proud of you. And I love what I've been able to hear so far. We already have an EP out. That was your first album. I guess you could say it's an LP. And then we have a lot of singles that have been dropping. So I'm hoping for a new album. But my biggest question is, what inspired you to join the hip hop game?
Well, so at first it wasn't hip hop. My first like genre of music I really wanted to make was country, and that was back when I was really young. I would go to my room, like I didn't have any equipment. I would just go to my room, write down lyrics, and then I would show the counselors at school because I wasn't really comfortable with showing my dad.
Yeah,
because he would maybe sing in front of everybody at home. I was like, I'm not comfortable doing that yet.
like a little talent show for the family.
Yeah. So I just write them all down, and then it went from country. I don't know how, but it went from country to dubstep.
Perfect.
And then I downloaded these apps on my phone, try to make beats and stuff, and I'll just sit there like post them on YouTube or whatever.
Let me think of what would make you transition from country to dubstep.
Did you listen to the song? I heard it one day and it just clicked.
Yeah, did you hear the song Hey Brother from Avicii, and then you jumped into the nice
I was
EDM
listening
beats?
to more of like Luke Bryan, Luke Combs, what's another one? Brett Young.
Nice. Lots of real country.
Jason Aldean, Blake Shelton, all of them.
Oh yeah. And then somehow,
I don't
just
know.
one day, dubstep was like, "Yo, brother, hey, brother," it just came in.
Well, see,
took over
I
your
think it
world.
was because I woke up one morning and I heard the like bass and all the different noises, and I looked at it and it said Skrillex, and I was like, hold on, this guy's actually kind of good. What the hell?
There you go. That's it.
Skrillex, Zomboy, Knife Party, Excision,
Deadmau 5. I think that's how they say it.
I mean, I've heard of him. I don't think I've ever checked him out. I know.
Okay, that's okay. I really don't know much about EDM, but I can say that there was one of the most surprising albums. I think it came out in 2018. It was called Where Is the Drop? The entire album was orchestral. I
I
was
mean,
so happy with it. I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever heard. Because yeah, I come in expecting like the usual Skrillex, Avicii kind of thing, and what am I rewarded with? Some beautiful orchestral music.
went from dubstep to rap, and I would listen to a lot of Eminem, MGK when he was actually good.
Lace Up,
Nah, I
General
don't.
Admission.
Is that another artist or band? Because I have no idea.
Lace
I
Up was
don't.
MGK's first album. General Admission his second album.
Oh yeah, no. I didn't even pay attention to that. I just heard a song, liked it, added it to my playlist. I know. I was very uncultured.
Oh man, so mainstream. It's okay. I was too. I was so into pop when I was in high school, so I can't judge anybody because I didn't know shit.
Yeah, but I got into that, and then like I was still in the country, so I listened to that too. But I mean, eventually everything just shifted to what I do now, and a lot of my music, like lyric wise or sound wise, like sound, it come like I'm trying to master either Josh A's or Jake Hill's sound when it comes to like full like loud lyrics that really like take the song by the hand, just pull it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, let's go
And then
back. What was that artist's name? I haven't heard
either
either of these guys.
Josh A, he
Josh
is like,
A.
and Jake Hill.
These are the most basic names.
Well, they both have an alter ego. Josh A's alter ego is Little Revive,
Okay.
and then Jake Hill's alter ego is Dixon Dallas, which Dixon Dallas is a bit of a weird one.
Is this country rap?
I guess you could say,
Just because I'm thinking
but
like a
it's a
Mason
little more on the
Dixon.
homophobic side. I think he just does it for fun, but
That's
it's
very
funny.
country rap. That's full on redneck rap.
It's just funny.
That's awesome though.
You bouncing up my booty cheeks. That's literally one of the lines.
Well, that's funny. Did you know there was an alter ego of Skrillex?
I did not. I
So
did.
before he became Skrillex, he was in a post-hardcore band or metalcore band, you could say, and they were called From First to Last. You ever heard of them?
It sounds familiar, but I can't recall.
No worries. He was their vocalist. He's not a great singer, and I'm glad that he's a DJ. I think he's phenomenal as a DJ, and his mixing is insane.
Oh
His
yeah, definitely.
like talent over the top. When I was just finishing high school is when he blew up with somebody call 911.
Dude, that's the first song I've ever heard from him. I was jamming out to that in like school. Like his music like helped me through school.
Awesome. Well, that's
Like I,
perfect.
like I put my earbuds in, put it full blast, walk in the hallways. Like I was the only one in there. Just go do my stuff. Like
Felt like a total badass moving like this.
I mean, I just kind of sat there with a blank face. I didn't really show any emotion, but
No emotion. Oh,
What's wrong with you?
I always do that. I every time I'm working, every time I'm doing something, my face is always just a plain face. I'm never showing any emotion.
that's great though, because as a reactor, I can say I do over exaggerate a lot in order to make people very excited about things.
Yeah.
But if I'm sitting in my car or if I'm sitting, of course, at work doing my work alone and I hear the same song, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah.
He's gonna kind of do a little head nod a little bit and then
Yeah.
just kind of keep
Yeah,
working.
sometimes I have to leave my desk because the music just takes me, or I'll just be laughing at a podcast. That's what happens. Literally, I'll hear something so incredibly funny, and I will have to leave for 10 minutes so that I can compose myself to come back to my desk. It's a good time.
Yeah. But on the lyrics side, it kind of you wouldn't know this guy. I like just found him like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I've been fucking with his music hella. His name is I Am No Clue.
I am no clue. All right. He doesn't have a
Like
clue who he is.
I guess not, but his music is really really good. This like the first album I heard from him, I was like, damn, this guy actually knows what he's doing. Like this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I wish he
Instantly,
knows his name sometime.
I mean, I think his name is Adam.
Adam.
Anyway, I have trailed off from the exact answer question that I was going for the entire time. So your biggest inspirations are newer artists.
Yes.
You said so. That was the Jake. What was A? What was the person's name?
Josh A. and
Josh
Jake Hill.
A. Jake Hill. Josh
Yep.
A. Jake Hill. I will try to remember those. Jake Hill sounds like an easier name to remember. So those artists like just really got you into like rhyme schemes or the
Just the
beats.
like the vibe of the music. Like like individually, like myself, I've always felt like an outsider, kind of like I was invisible, like I didn't belong in certain places that I was at. So I just their music kind of helped me fit in, I guess you could say.
Yes,
Like I could relate to almost everything they say, and I was like, okay, yeah, I like this.
perfect, man. And I feel the exact same. I was an outcast, bullied for like 7 years, didn't
Hmm.
have a friend in school besides the friends that I made outside of school.
Yeah,
Nobody wanted to talk to me, nobody wanted to be around me. So music, just like you, was the only way I got attention. And going all the way back to my joke before we even started this incredible interview, High School Musical was involved in my life. And so I was so obsessed with it, I started singing. And then since I was good enough to get girls' attention, the dudes were like, I guess he's kind of cool now. It was great.
damn. I never got girls' attention. I still don't.
You're going to get it. Don't worry.
Doubt it. Oh well.
Late bloomer, late bloomer. It's like
Damn
a
it.
sky high thing. You need your powers to come in. Don't worry about it.
I'm slowly getting that look I want. Slowly. I'm trying to have my glow up.
These days, it's not about the look at all. I mean, look at the shit that we promote all the time.
Oh, I know.
How fat can you be? That's the question I always see in magazines. Basically, it's like, how fat is too fat? There is no fat. It's fat phobic to say fat. Get
Oh,
the fuck
yeah.
out of here. The world's
Yeah,
changing.
this society is I'm disappointed.
Flush it down the toilet. Restart. Somebody make a new one.
I
I don't
wish
know
we
what's happening.
could.
It's okay. We'll watch it burn. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
My next question: are you a writer or a freestyler?
I'm a writer. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
freestyle. I've tried. I have to write things down. Then I have like I'll write it down. I'll kind of have the beat in my head playing. I'll kind of just see if I can get the flow. And then if it works, I'll record it like as many times as I need to get it like perfect. And then I'll go through and mix it. And if I get a key wrong, I'll go through and re-record it again. Like I want every song to be perfect.
Ooh, perfectionist attitude. Very challenging, especially in the studio. But
Oh
if
yeah.
you know what you're doing, then
Well,
hopefully.
I have my own studio. Like I built my own stuff.
Oh
So
shit. Oh,
I
flex on me.
I don't go and pay someone to mix my stuff. I do it all, I don't make the beats, but I engineer everything myself. And I like engineer for, of course, Proof, as you heard. I
Yeah.
engineer for his buddy, which I'm still trying to figure something out with that because when he sent me the stuff, it rendered all weird. So I mean I couldn't really do much with it. But I mean, I'm trying to get my word out there when it comes to that. So I mean, if anybody out there, if you guys need an engineer that's cheap, hit me up.
There
I'm
you
willing to
go.
work with anyone.
Fantastic. And they can find you on all the
On Inst-
links in the description below.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I will do for you, my friend. Speaking
Sweet.
of being my friend here, you were talking about how it's just not easy for you to get that riz for the ladies. Guys, girls, everyone listening right now, who built their own studio? Did you build your own studio? No, you didn't. So give this guy some credit. And
I'm
ladies,
still building it. I gotta upgrade. I gotta get another monitor so I can multitask. Gotta upgrade my desk so I have more space so my PC can be up on my desk. Gotta
this man's
upgrade
a
the interface.
businessman. Look at it. He's just constantly growing things. This is what he wants to do. He's a successful, well mannered, good person. This is exactly what you guys need. Do not go for the badass that acts like MGK, wants that emo girl, treats you like trash, throws you in the gutter, makes Megan Fox delete Instagram, one of the biggest sins of mankind.
Megan, I was not expecting that.
Oh yeah, bro. I'll go all the way in. I know some things in pop culture. But either way, man, dude, you have so much already going for you, and you just have that building up attitude. You always want to go somewhere from where you are. You're not settling for what you have. You're
There is
pushing
no
forward.
room to settle because whatever you upgrade, there's always going to be something down the line that you can upgrade towards what you just upgraded. Like for me, it was my mic because I had the Shure SM7B. I saved up like 3 weeks for this microphone, even though I should have been saving it for a car. Like I saw the opportunity, I took it.
Yep.
I wanted it. I've always wanted this mic, and then like I have a pretty good mic arm, which I'm gonna upgrade as well because the clamp on it's like failing me. But like since I upgraded the mic, I got a audio interface to kind of get me through until I get a better one, which I already know what I'm gonna get. So I'm just
The
waiting
little
to
red
have
box.
yeah the whatever you want to call it.
Forgot the name of it as well. I
Yeah.
was working with sounds and effects and like all the very technical terms, but when you talk about Shure microphones, all I can say, man, is ooh, is it a good idea to buy American? Because man, just think about anytime you need a repair, instant, no problem. You don't have to send it overseas to the original creator in Japan or whatever. They
Yeah,
have the parts ready to go.
I've not had a single issue with this microphone. Like it's literally been perfect.
And they're durable. I was told
Oh,
by
oh yeah. It's
one of the
got like
bands.
for a microphone, it's got weight.
Just throw it on the ground, jump on it. No, don't do that.
Nope.
But that's awesome. Okay, so you have your own studio. You're looking for
Mhm.
that big fix with everything technological wise. Do you want to know how I was recording? This is how good I am, guys. Not one song released, but if you guys got to hear it, it's on cassette. That's right. I was born in 93. I have songs on cassette played on a keyboard with my cassette player on top of it, rattling. Very stupid. Very, very stupid shit. But I am not a big artist, and that is why, because I did not learn like young Edison did here. He is truly a genius, just like Thomas Edison.
I've always been like on the technical side of things. Like I took graphic design in school. I did what's it called? Like I learned how to do vinyls and stickers and all that kind of stuff with all the like big machinery and stuff like that. Like I've always been super technical.
Not fair, man. Not fair. I have one side of my brain working, and that's my creative side. I don't have the logical side. So
I have both the sides working at the same time.
yeah, you're
like
multitasking instantly. It's easy.
over the weekend, my dad was gone, my sister was with her friends, I was home alone. I took that for advantage hella and I started recording a bunch of music. And then like in between the songs that I was making, if I got creative block or writer's block or something, I would just go and try to like find ideas for the album cover, which
Yeah,
it's called Demon Time.
perfect.
It's every single song is going to be by me and Crimson.
Hell yeah.
But I
Also,
went,
shout out to Crimson Red. Everybody can go
yes,
check out his links in the description down below, along with proof that we mentioned earlier. You know what? I have to go all the way back. How did you come up with your rap name?
uh, so that's a funny. No, Bailey, come on, you're trying to jump in my lap. So
You
there
have a
was this
cat,
guy.
dog?
My dog Bailey. She's a
Oh,
little
dog.
lobster opposite poodle mix. She's a small dog, but she's adorable.
Oh,
But
we need to put a picture of her up right now.
Oh.
but so me and this guy I used to be good friends with. His name was Aiden.
All right.
Um, he wasn't the brightest person that I've ever hung out with. He thought he was like one of those really cool gang rappers. No, no, nope. That guy's music was not good. It's still not good. Like,
Ooh, throwing shade at this nobody.
oh
Sorry, Aiden.
man,
Game over.
I'm not. This guy put me through hell.
Oh, all right. Spill the tea.
So, I
Let's
mean,
go.
we would try to make songs. He would always rap about killing people and all that kind of stuff. I just wasn't fucking with it. Like, that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But, like, we have a song out called I think no, it's not that one. I don't remember the name of it, but it's not good whatsoever. Like every time I listen to it, I cringe max level. Like it's
Ooh,
so bad.
it's not on your stuff then.
No, it's not. It's on his.
Okay, okay. Well, Aiden, you know if you're listening, it won't be. But if you are, step it up, bro. Not good enough, and stop killing people in your songs. That's my job. That's what I write about. Killing my ex, like Eminem, man. It's, it's probably the gateway to every problem when you come to relationships. Is I had a problem with my ex. Oh, that's good. So I killed them in this song. Yeah, that's not healthy. That's where my mind goes.
I fuck with it.
All right, bro. Next question I have for you. How long have you been writing your music?
So I was still in my mom's house. and still in school because my mom was with I still call my stepdad, but they're divorced.
Mhm.
So it's been since I think my last year of high school. So it's been a couple years.
Wow. So about 3, 4 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect. And you started right around the
Damn,
same time as me.
it's been that freaking long.
Yeah. I
It
started
don't even feel that long.
I started mid junior year, I think. I think I got into Not Afraid by Eminem at that time. That's what came out. And I was like, this song speaks to me. I need to make music. And then I wrote my first rap, which I thought was decent. And then I didn't have the delivery yet. So I looked like an idiot, but I had a great time with it. Just like you, I had all of the right things in my mind that works so well. And now all I could think about is how cringy that shit is and how stupid I was for actually going in front of people with sparkly gloves, backwards baseball caps, like sunglasses that you could get from the dollar store, bringing my cassette player around to play it in front of people. Like, dude, I was in high school in 2010, this 2011. This was like that. That's not a good thing. It's not like a boombox on the shoulder. It's a very different experience. But I could say I learned from it. It was a roller coaster of life.
That's all life is. Roller coaster.
Truth. All right, so you've been writing for 3, 4 years. How has your specific rhyme scheme increased over time?
A lot actually. I've actually been able to take one word and rhyme it with a word that sounds completely different, just like you say it a different way.
Yes.
Or you like use the syllables and kind of like I don't know what you would call it. Like speed certain syllables up and then slow certain syllables down, I guess. I don't know how you would go about that, but just like the way you put the words together, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, your delivery, your vowels, and all of that.
Mhm.
Eminem used that a lot, where he would take a word that sounds kind of close.
What rhymes with orange? You could say like, uh, I put my orange 4-inch door hinge in storage and ate porridge with George. You just have to figure out the science to breaking down words.
It's like you got that perfectionist kind of
Mhm.
mentality when you're writing. So I completely understand where that comes from. I have too much writing in my journal, and one day, hopefully, I'll make one of them into an actual song because I do have the few that I actually enjoy.
Yeah, like I don't write on a notebook. I just like make a folder for a certain song, and then I'll like make separate folders for like either the actual FL project or the mastered song or the Discord copy if I want to like show my friends, or like for the lyrics or like thumbnail or whatever you want to call it, the cover. Like I'll just have like a certain like a folder for everything. So like I'm
Perfect.
super organized. Like it bugs me if I'm not.
Yeah, ladies, listen to this. He's super organized. It bugs him if he's not. That's right. His room is clean. Mine is a pigsty. This is the guy for you. Shoot your shot with the right guys. Do not get with MGK. I'm gonna keep throwing shade his direction because that loser is just a fucking idiot. I can't stand the change that he made. The abandoning
especially
of a
especially
genre.
especially wearing that one suit that had spikes on it. Like why? Who came up with that? Why did you agree to wear that?
I don't know. It looks like somebody got like
He looks like a polished pufferfish.
MGK, the polished puffer fish. That's probably going to be his new album, just like he called himself, mainstream sellout. Guys, if I say it, then it's obvious I'm getting back at the system because I said that I'm a mainstream sellout. Yeah, bro, but you still can't sing for shit. You cannot sing on your pop punk records. Therefore, you're not pop punk, bro. Bro. Sorry, I get riled up when I think about MGK.
You're good, bro. You're good.
But yeah, so back to your writing style. One of my favorite songs is called Loved.
Oh yeah.
Reason for, instead of the usual AABB rhyme scheme, you used ABAB.
I
I
do use
was
that quite a bit actually.
I was impressed, man. I was like, third part rhymed with first part, fourth part rhymed with second part. I was like, oh yes. This is the kind of lyricist that I like to hear. So I was very
I made that entire album on
yeah.
BandLab. I didn't like if I knew what I knew now and I recreated it, it'd be so much better. But at the same time, it is a very iconic album for me.
Yeah,
So I want to keep it the same, even though I think it's dog shit. But like, it's still, it shows how far I've grown and how far I've learned from like everybody that I met and everything I've kind of experimented with.
that's good. Ultimate challenge: get a Casio keyboard with a cassette player. Make the same album.
That'll take a while.
That would take a while, wouldn't it? Yeah. That was my brilliant idea of how to make music. So one of them actually became my theme song for my Music Man Dan channel. One of the riffs that I made. It was a song that I thought was going to be a rap song. I had it as a rock song, and I kept it as a rock song. But I had written some lyrics for it. I was like, this could be cool. But I was proud of that. Regardless, what are you proud of when it comes to your music? What is like one of your favorite songs that you just can't imagine saying anything bad about because you're just so proud of how it turned out and how a lot of people like maybe talked to you and said like this song touched their soul or something like that?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's out. Um, okay. So my most iconic song, my most iconic single that I like that everyone actually when they hear it, they go, I like that one. It's called My Time.
My Time.
I made that one about Aiden.
Aha.
It's such an iconic song to me. Like
Oh, it's the
I'm
purple one.
yeah, I made that on BandLab, but it sounds like I made it on FL. Like I was screaming into the mic. I had a really cheap mic and I was screaming into it and somehow it worked. And I was like, damn, okay. I like this.
Yeah.
Like when you listen to it and listen to the lyrics, it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
So would you call
Yeah.
it a subtle diss track or is it a direct diss track?
A subtle diss track.
Oh,
I didn't mention his name in it.
hiding the shade.
Yep.
Well, he's exposed now. That's right. You heard it here on the Media Man Dad podcast. Young Edison throwing shade. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to get you involved in rap beef.
No, but like he does have a criminal record and I am a clean slate, so therefore, I mean like who's the smarter one here?
Very, very good choice, my friend. Yeah, I've come across some people with criminal records. Most of them befriend me through music, and then they start seeing how straight edge I am, and they're like, "Yeah, he's never going to be in that culture."
But I mean
Got real quiet.
for unreleased, no, I was trying to think. For unreleased, for singles, I think my best song is called "Feel Alright." That or "Party Time."
All right, feel all right.
Dark Side is already out on YouTube. That's the one that I was not able to put on Spotify because of Juice WRLD's vocals that were on the beat.
Oh, okay. Speaking of
Yeah,
Juice World, you have a song called Empty, and that made me think of Juice World a lot.
yeah. That was actually the first song that I've ever mixed that I knew I knew what I was doing.
Mhm.
Why are all my dogs in my room? But like I was so proud of that one. Once I got done like mixing, mastering it, I just could not stop listening to it. I was so obsessed with it. And now I listen to it so much, I'm just like, dude, okay, come on.
That's awesome, man.
I've ruined it for myself, but I mean, it's still a very good song.
No, you're proud of it. That's the best thing for you. I mean, yeah, obviously, don't replay it repeatedly because
Yeah,
eventually
don't do
you'll
that.
find some flaws. I find flaws with everything I do. Like people that call me out. Just recently, I had a reaction, and they're like, "You were yawning at this part. Why were you tired at this part?" And I was like, "I'm gonna pin this comment so that everybody can understand how stupid I was to fall asleep." Basically, it was what my brain was doing while I was reacting, and I was like, "Yeah, I stayed up too late. You're absolutely right. Call me out on that." So my ego is too high if I don't have that kind of criticism. So no, I'm
I
kidding.
mean, I'd
I'm
be
very
staying up
critical.
to like I can barely open up my eyes recording. Like
Oof,
I would do it till I pass out.
damn, dude, that is dedication.
Yeah, I am very, very dedicated to this. Like music is becoming my life.
Perfect, man. Well, now I have the next question that's going to involve music, of course. Let's talk about your production. You have already talked about some of your like specific software that you've been using. Some things
Mhm.
I've never even heard of before. Explain like how you got comfortable with all of this new tech? Like, what is it that you're like,
Um,
oh, I can just jump into this easy peasy?
so it actually wasn't easy at first,
All right.
especially with FL, because like it's one full program. It's got a bunch of like default like plugins you can use. I spent maybe a month just trying to learn like FL Studio, like as it is, just like all the different presets, like how you record,
Mhm.
how you just. I'm sorry, my dog.
You're good.
Um, just like just the entire like software in general, like just learning how to EQ, that was difficult because at first I was just boosting the low end hella, boosting the high end, thought that was how you do it. No, not at all. And then the auto tune part, I still thought you would just slap auto tune on there and it just fixes it. Nope.
Yeah, no.
And then the
Definitely
reverb, I
not.
just kind of put a lot on there because I thought it made my vocals better. Nope. Like there is a lot of things that I had to learn in order to like full on know what I'm doing.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, reverb is basically like just um what can I say? It's like an echo, but it's like a digital echo, so it kind of sounds like you're chorusing your vocals, which is not
Yeah,
too great unless you
because
have some good reverb.
I use two different reverbs. The first one I use on the main track. I turn the wet, we're like not all the way down, but like in that low area. Then I
All
turn the
right.
sides all the way up. But it's also like I think the sixth plugin I put on the track. And then on the very last reverb, I actually bust my vocals to just so I can mix each bus differently. So like the main one, I just use it to get the clarity. The second one, I use like this. It calls it an ad-lib preset, but it doubles the vocal and it kind of makes it like low, I guess you could say. But I would turn it down and it would harmonize with itself.
Ooh.
And then I add another bus, but this time I depends on like what part of the song I'm on. If it's a part that has no bass, it's just the melody and maybe like hi-hats and a snare,
Yeah.
I will harmonize it with like this higher octave sound or high octave vocal. And then I would turn it down to where you can hear it in the background, but it's not overtaking the main vocal.
Yeah. Is there like a code or function that you have to include in order to get that harmonic?
No, you
Just comes with it?
all I gotta do is bus it. Which bring like it's like having multiple tracks on one track is what busing is. I don't know if you
I'm
heard
gonna
of that
have
term.
no. I'm gonna have who's the one that does bussin'? I'm gonna do that fucking TikTok trend while you're saying that.
I cannot wait to watch this video.
It's gonna be funny as fuck, man.
But and then the last bus I do, all I do is put reverb on it, wet all the way up, dry all the way down, decay all the way down, and there's a low cut that I do. I bring that up so like it's just a higher end.
Okay.
Bring the size up to where it sounds like more spread out, and then I turn that like down, but I keep it above the higher octave vocal. But
Why
so
is it why is it that you can explain this easier than any college professor? And I can kind of
I've been doing it for the longest time. It's just like hardwired into my brain, like solving a 3x3 Rubik's cube. Like I can easily solve that within 30 seconds.
bro, my music professor, the guy that was teaching us sounds and effects, like worked with like fucking Aerosmith and like humongous bands, and like the way that he had to teach it specifically by the curriculum, they have this specific way of saying everything, and it just bothered my brain so much that when I had to take a test, I failed every time. But he would be like, Dan, you know how to do this. We did it already. He'd be like, just wrap the cord like this. How do you plug in this microphone? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do that. And he's like, all right, now write down what you did. I'm like, I have no idea what I did. All that terminology that gets you. And hey, that's awesome that you are so dedicated and you're so passionate about learning it, and explaining it especially is very challenging. So props to you, man. And
Music is
clap if you're at home listening right now, everybody, or in your car. Clap in front of your boss. Twerk.
This is the sound of 1,000 clapping eyes.
That's right. Bring that WAP to work.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
All right.
But like music is my escape from everything in this world. Like it's my therapy. It's my safe place. Like if there was not music, I don't know if I'd be alive today.
It's exactly how I feel.
Like music saved me, like literally saved me. Because I've been through hell and back like multiple times.
We're
So I
definitely going
mean,
to dive deep into a little bit of that hell when it comes to later questions. But yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I'm
Um,
happy that you're able to tell your story. I'm happy that you have a story to tell. Some people have such, graciousness in life, and, a lot of things go their direction and they don't really know how to handle those conflicts when they get hit with them. But it's those people that go through hell, they're able to give like the best advice, and they can really prevail better than most of the people that have been
you could never
cookie cutter
know.
lifestyle. Yeah,
You can never know who you truly are unless you've been at the rock bottom that you've ever been, because that right there will show you who your real friends are, who sticks around during that time, who like texts you in the middle of the night asking if you're okay. Like it just shows you who your crowd is and what you like, how you're meant to go about everything.
absolutely, man. That's the deep and honest truth, and that's what we're here for. Deep and honest passion on this podcast. That's what I always look for, and I appreciate you being as vulnerable as you are. Like I said, we will definitely bring that up as we go on. But my next question for you currently is, how did you meet Proof?
So, let's see. I think I found one of his Instagram stories or something, and his like, no, wait, no, I found him on my YouTube recommended. I was listening to his songs. I was trying to find new artists to listen to because I was listening to the same ones over and over, and I was like, I need variety.
Well, hold on,
So,
hold on. We have to pause. YouTube actually did their job
oh,
and
I know, surprising,
recommended
right?
a new creator to a person that hasn't heard them before. Man, if
Why
I could
can't they do
tell
that to
you,
me, man?
yeah, if I could tell you how many advertisements I've already had for a movie I have no interest in this week, it is tremendously annoying to get ads that you can't skip, and you keep hearing the same shit. Also, whoever created Rocket Money, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. The worst advertisement. You can't think about anything else. And as soon as that stupid song comes in, you're like, oh God, no, it's that stupid ad again. And I'm not at my job. I'm not at my workplace. I can't just press the skip button. I'm either driving in the car, listening to a YouTube video, and then boom, Rocket Money comes in. I'm like, no, no, no. Sorry,
There are some
that's
ads that I just can't deal with.
yeah, random shit. But either way, so you met Proof based on a recommendation in the YouTube algorithm. By
Yeah.
the grace of God, you were able to find a new rapper with a different type of style. What was the song that really hooked you in?
It was more of an album that
Oh, perfect.
I listened to the album, and then like the album was called Lost. I listened to it, and I was like, I mean, his vocals weren't the best, but
Yeah,
I did like the instrumentals. But one day I decided to DM him saying, "Hey, I'm looking for people to engineer for. I'm trying to work this out. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, if you're down, we can work together." He hit me up, be like, "I bet, yeah, I can't pay though." And I was like, "You know what? You're the first person I've ever talked to about this. I'll do it for free. It's a good way for me to learn,
yeah.
and it gives you exposure as well. So, I mean, like if people like what they hear, they're gonna listen to it more. So, I mean,
It's a
it
win-win.
gives both of us exposure towards different um audiences.
Yes.
But he hit me up. I mix his stuff, and this was before I knew how to do like any busing or like any of the stuff I know how to do. Like I was still learning. I still am. But like I mixed his first song, and he was like, "Bro, I really fuck with this." I mean, there was like a couple of things where it was like a little off, which I'm like sometimes I'll hit my scroll wheel by accident and I won't realize it. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I see what you mean." So I fix it, render it, send it to him. He's like, "Perfect." So and now I'm just every time he has a song that needs mixed, he sends it to me. I do it instantly. I send it back to him. He goes, "Fucking bet."
Bro,
So
Proof was your lucky test subject,
yeah,
basically, like just to show that you could prove to yourself that your production is as good as you think, and you're working with him in great ways. I mean, I obviously love the music. You can
Mhm.
tell from the reaction if you saw it.
Yeah, I watched that
The
whole
whole album.
video. Proof sent it to me. It was like, bro, watch it. I was like, all right. I
Such a
was
good
with
time.
my dad and my grandpa before he passed, and I was just listening to the whole like video and all that, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then you got to the song that I was in, and you're like, bro, your vocals carried that.
That's the truth. That's the truth. We
Like,
will.
sorry, Proof, but like you were
Yeah.
like kind of down there. My vocals were like up there, so I mean,
Let me
I
let
kind
me
of did
build up
carry
Proof's confidence right now. Let me
it.
just say, Proof, it's
I
your
mean,
album.
I
No
mean,
matter what
he is a
criticism I say,
he is a very talented artist.
yeah,
Like,
it's your work, man. You do you, Proof, no matter what anyone thinks, and I appreciate you for listening to my criticism regardless. I am no mastermind. Once again, 0 songs unless you guys want to go into my cassette player right now. You'll find 3 that are poorly mixed because it's all keyboard.
that's one thing I'll do too. I'll be like, bro, I'm saying this at the bottom of my heart, like as a friend.
Yeah.
This is what you need to improve on. And he
Mhm.
goes, okay, let's do this.
He's
So,
taking advice,
yes.
doing it the right way.
I love that kid. He's a good kid.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome, man. You are literally the Dr. Dre to Proof's Eminem. Do you know how cool that is? I mean, come on, think about it. Back in the day, you guys would have to be told by your parents, get a grocery job because they start paying you young. And then they'll be like, you got to go to college. And then you'll be like, I want to make
Nope.
music. They'll be like, that's not a thing. Music, what? That's
Yeah,
not going
but
to happen.
the first thing, like when I was younger, I told my dad, hey, like I want to be a YouTuber. He goes, no. It's just like, no. I didn't make my first YouTube account until I was probably 14. And then I called myself Phase Vortex, thinking I was actually in phase.
Oh,
And
look at
I
you.
would go into my basement, take my phone, record a video, just explaining what's going on, and just post that. And then I would gain nothing from that because that's pointless. Nothing to
Doesn't
look
matter.
back at it.
Doesn't matter. It's confidence. That's what it was building.
But like that's what I would do. And then I would take my phone, like if I wanted to upload a Fortnite clip, I would take my phone, record my big screen TV in my living room. I still remember this one clip. There was this POI called Dusty Divot. Me and this random squad and team in this like playground mode, and we filled it up. I recorded, we just covered Dusty freaking Divot. Holy crap. It's so crazy looking about it. Like I took down the video, that or the
Damn it,
camera
I was gonna
hack.
ask, could I have that video to put in
Yeah,
the
nah.
background? We need that context. Everybody in the chat that's not
It's
here right now needs to know that exists.
actually you might be able to find it
Oh,
on YouTube. Just look up Phase Vortex or something like that,
okay.
and then it'll pop up me as a default. I mean, I might have to like send you something for it or something, but you could probably like that's a joy of the internet. Nothing can be taken down. Nothing. If it's up there, it's up there. No matter
Oh
if you
yeah,
delete it from your
it
account,
goes
it's
to the
up there.
dark web. Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's done, then it'll move
The
somewhere else.
joy of the internet. Yay. My
Yay!
SSN is up there somewhere.
The one thing you can't find is everything you're looking for, though. Like
Exactly.
when you're like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
YouTube deleted this one video because of copyrights or whatever, and you're like, oh well, I'll just use this site and I'll get it back. I'll just use this site and I'll get it back, and it doesn't come back. And then all of a sudden, YouTube is like, well, you know that block? We don't care anymore. It's back. Here you go. It's like, what the fuck, YouTube? They did that to me for concert footage 3 times for one artist. I was like, dude, it's a live performance of a country artist. I am literally like far from the stage. This is not a professional look in any way. The sound is great, but I guess if you just want to copyright me by sound, that's pretty stupid considering it's live. It makes no sense. So then they like after 3 months, I was like, I'm just giving up. I can't do anything about it. They're like, no, never mind. We don't care anymore. Here you go. I'm like, what?
Bro.
They're like, you can post it. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're good, homie. YouTube's crazy, man. But hey, that's
It's
cool
something.
though. Started at 14, had the confidence to tell your dad, like, I'm gonna be something. I'm gonna be a big, I'm gonna be the next PewDiePie. That's like where my mind was probably at because I think that was the guy of my
At
generation.
first, I was watching Mr. Beast, and I
Mr.
thought that was the
Beast,
coolest thing. And I
Mr.
still do. I still
Philanthropist.
watch that guy. He's grown a lot, like passing PewDiePie in subscribers. Like
I appreciate Mr.
That's a
Beast.
milestone right there.
I mean, not only is he great for humanity, constantly unaware of everything going on. I watched his Joe Rogan interview where he doesn't actually focus on anything going on in mainstream media or social media or anything, so he just does whatever he wants.
He's
But I
just a
really,
really humble guy.
yeah, I want to thank him for creating that Squid Game thing. I've never
Oh
seen the
man.
show, and now I never need to because
That video
he
blew
gave
up
away everything.
fast.
He's
That
like,
got
remember
over
the
what
trap in the
300
game?
million views.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Squid Games, they have all these traps, so we put these traps up, and I was like, thanks for explaining everything. I don't want to watch that. That sounds good. I'm so happy I missed the fad. But that's that he's very talented as somebody who's constantly making content and leveling it up, like you said, that you also don't settle for anything. So he's got that
No.
to the extreme. I mean, very young, very wealthy, but he uses all of his wealth and he puts it back into his work, which is awesome. And I hope that you have that same goal after you can
Oh
afford
yeah.
a normal
Once
life.
once I'm able to live on my own through this music and like have that extra money, I'm not gonna buy a bunch of chains and like grilled teeth or shit like that.
Grilled cheese. I was thinking mansions, but yeah,
Like I
that
mean, I'll
is
get
also.
tattoos and stuff about like meaningful stuff because I'm still gonna get one about my grandpa.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna dive into that next.
yeah,
That's definitely something that
but
I
I
want to
mean,
go through.
I like I've always found joy in helping other people, either if it's like getting a bunch of food for homeless or if it's buying shelter for somebody. Like I've always found joy in even complimenting somebody on the way they look or like the way they act or something like that. It's just seeing other people happy makes me happy.
Guys, he is so not MGK. Please, girls, go out there, get his number. I mean, he's literally all of the description has everything you need to know. We'll get a nice picture for him that's gonna be over his like name right now. So I mean, you guys can look and just swoon over this man. He's absolutely killing it in the game.
I just got a good mindset, I know what I'm doing, I know what I want,
That's perfect,
and I'm
man.
gonna focus on it. And I'm not even looking for a girl. I'm just doing what I want. If the right one comes by, okay, that's fine.
There you
Just
go.
don't get in the way with what I'm doing.
That's the best choice though, too, because you
If
don't
you
want to
want,
be a chaser.
nope.
Chasers
I
are
was a chaser, but then I woke up.
Yeah, chasers have some serious problems. I didn't know how to talk to girls back when I was young, and I just my first experience was the worst experience because I had the relationship offered basically to me because I was like, oh, this girl is basically I just said basically like 300 times. I said this girl is going through some shit and I'm going to help her out of that. That was how this relationship started. And when you hear that specific part of the story, you're like, "Oh, Dan, red flags all across the board. That's a no-go right there." Be like, "She wants to hurt herself." Yeah, bro, stay away from that shit. And I was like, "No, man, this is the perfect time to start a relationship." Let's see how bad it can go. 6 months in, I was so abused, so much problems, but I like grew from it. That roller coaster ride was quite a long one, and it gave me a real good appreciation for the current fiance, the best woman I've ever had in my life, the only woman I need in my life, honestly, man. And you're gonna find that girl too, because you are waiting and you're being cautious with everything. You're not just jumping
Yeah,
in.
no, I can't just jump in. It just feels too like doesn't feel right at all.
Absolutely. It's very hard to work when you have girls on your mind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know that feeling. Whenever a girl liked my profile on Facebook, and I would be like, "Oh my god," and then she'd be on my mind the whole time, even though I don't know a damn thing about her. Like that's how I was at first. Now I'm just like, cool. And yeah,
Simp.
simp. I was not anymore.
Nah, you're good. You're
I see
good.
I
You're all
see a pretty
clear.
girl. I see a pretty girl. I'll say hi, then walk off.
Ooh. Oh, ladies love that too. I've been
I've
told
heard
by
they
the
do.
alphas that like you treat them as like they're not even there, and that's the ones that will go back for you. And it's like, damn it. Why didn't you guys give me this book when I was like a teenager so I could have had more time with this?
For real.
But hey, like I said, it all works out. So let's talk about life. Let's talk about things that make your music into something that is more special than anything. And most recently, the passing of one of your closest family members, your
Yes.
grandfather, just really intrigued this next song that's going to be coming out, and this whole album that you said is just all about him and that passion, that connection that you had with him. How
Well,
was your relationship with your grandfather?
he was more than my grandpa. He was my best friend. Like he would listen to me when no one else did. Like he was always there because he he liked gaming as well, but not in the kind of gaming I do. Like I like Fortnite, Call of Duty, X Defiant, which drops soon. I'm excited for that. But like he would play those like matching games on his little laptop.
Yeah.
He was obsessed with planes and trains, especially trains. He would always buy them online. He'd bid for them.
Oh wow.
Like I would sit there and help him work on it too. Like he was literally a child at heart.
Model planes, model trains, I should say.
Yeah, that they were more the like he had a lot of rare ones, like ones that were worth probably well over $500. And
Yeah.
then like he would just start collecting them. And he had a bunch of like train trophies. He had a bunch of like metal things you can hang on your wall. He had a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow. Very, very passionate about this. Like you said, child at heart. My
Yeah.
grandfather
Oh
also
man.
like really enjoyed the model trains. There was a place not too far from where they used to live, and literally the entire backyard was this gorgeous layout for the model train set that this guy
Hmm.
had with all the little miniatures and everything like that.
Yeah, my grandpa had the same thing.
Awesome. Yeah, so I got used to that as a toddler because he would like walk me over, and I would get used to like seeing the pond with the fish and understanding that these mini people aren't real people. But it looks real, but it's not real. And that got me into like Thomas the Tank Engine, all of that good stuff. But that's so cool that he just had that really just a dedication, especially, like you said, these are expensive, rare to find model trains. And yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you
I
enjoy
think
trains as well because of that?
I'm not really a trained person, but if I see it, the first thing I will think of is him because that's just him.
Yeah.
And then like for the tattoo that I'm getting of him, I think either gonna put it on my forearm or my shoulder. I'm gonna get a train track with a train going by it, and then or going over it, whatever. And then I have a plane in the background and some clouds, and then I
Yeah.
have 46, which was his number. That's what like I think he got that number at the turnpike where he worked for like 40 some odd years before he retired.
Imagine if it was 46 years.
I don't know.
That would be crazy. Be like, you lived up to your number. You're good to go
I
now.
mean, he retired in 2021.
What?
Yeah, and then he 2 years in retirement, and you go,
I mean, I know you're a bit younger than me, but I'm just thinking, I'm like, how old would he be at that point?
he was 66.
60. My grandparents were like 63 when I was in elementary school. That's crazy.
And
Oh man. Well, I'm happy with the time that you guys were able to spend together and the impact that he had on your life, and just the memories that you're going to carry all together. This song that you said that's really focused on him, what's the name of that?
I actually don't know yet. It's been hard to write that one.
Gotcha.
Like I like to be honest, I haven't even started it yet. Like I would go through trying to find like beats that would kind of sound like it's reminiscing on something, and I haven't found one yet. But even the lyrics, it's just I don't know what to say. I don't know the right words.
I might
If
have a beat for you.
send it over.
I know a guy. You're gonna think I'm in a crazy. Once again, man, red flag city. This is someone talked to me on Xbox 360. I was in high school. No, right out of high school. Like I ended up talking to this dude and going to his house.
Bro.
Bro, yeah, exactly. It was like, bro, that's really dangerous. But he was in like the same area as me. So I was like, okay, well, it's not that dangerous, right? I'll just get shot on the fucking way over there. But we ended up talking just for that day. And just that little bit of time. He like basically told me his whole life, and my friend was with me, and my fiance was like so furious that I went out there, and I was like, I don't blame you at all at this point, because holy shit, that was irresponsible on my end. Anything could have happened, so I completely understand her concern. But in all honesty, his beat making, I think it like ended and then it like restarted. His name is Valentino, Alex Valentino. Sorry, Adam Valentino and Valentino Beats. I'll send you there's this one that's called Sad, I think something like that, and I'll send that to you. Maybe that can like work with whatever you wrote. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I mean,
fate.
that dude was the happiest motherfucker I've ever met. Like, there was not a day where he's not happy. Even when like shit with his family went down to where he had to separate from, like, he chose me, my sister, and my dad over his own like daughter and
Blood.
son.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He chose us. And that is something that I am very, very grateful for because it kind of like he was such a good person. Like,
Yeah.
there, I don't know a single person that would hate him or not like him. He was such a, like, it was hard not to like the guy.
Mhm.
Like, he definitely knew what he wanted people to think about him when he did go. And that's exactly what he did.
Wow, man. He sounds like he touched so many lives,
Oh,
before, after, during you, everything. Like,
it destroyed me. It like for the long like there were several nights where I would just burst out crying, just not even around anybody, just in my room alone, just lights off, just crying.
yeah.
It was hard. Like, I'm still even now like trying to comprehend the fact that I will never ever see him in person ever again. Like, it's hard to digest that because
And just
he was so impactful with like everything he did.
yeah, thinking that, saying that out loud too, it just hits even harder.
I know.
It's gonna really hurt, but at the same time, it's a good hurt because there's just so much
I mean, I
that you
know he's
loved
in
about him.
heaven. I know he's happy. He's with his I think his grandma or something. His mom's still alive.
What?
I don't know. His mom's still alive.
You have a great
She
grandmother
pretty much, yeah.
at 21. Oh my God. My great
But
grandpa passed when I was 9, I think.
yeah. But yeah, she's a very lovely lady. She like every time I go over there, she's welcoming. She's nice. Like,
Yeah. So the song that you're attempting to dedicate to him, is
mhm.
still work in progress with the name and
Oh,
everything
it's
like
still,
that.
yeah. I don't know when I'll get it done, when I'll start on it. It's just one of those things I have to build myself up for.
Are you gonna
But I
grab
definitely,
the spirit of like that like you said, joyful, hopeful, uplifting experience that he brought?
oh yeah, like like every single detail about him that was my favorite. I'm gonna bring it up in the song. Because I don't know if I'm gonna do a fast rap on it. I don't know if I'm gonna sing slow or just make like a kind of pop song about it. Because he liked like Infinity. I showed him that in his truck,
Oh,
and he said that that was probably his favorite song that I've ever made.
dude, it's so cool that he like listens to that genre too. Like he gives it a chance. Like my grandparents are very old fashioned. They barely know anything I'm saying most of the time. They're like, you do
His
that
favorite.
radio show, right? And I'm like, yes, of course, the radio. That's me. But
But
you can't do anything with the
his favorite
yeah.
song that me and my sister love, it's called "The Sound of Silence" by Disturbed.
I love that song.
He could not get enough of it. Every time I played it, he goes, "Oh, I know this one." We
Oh
would
my
both just
God.
sing it together, and then I would play the game. He goes, "I don't know it, but I know it's by the same band." And he listened to it. He goes, "I remember it. I just don't know if I liked it or not."
Does he like the Simon Garfunkel original?
I actually never heard that one. I never
It's
listened to it.
very different.
I
Disturbs
mean,
is
I think
amazing.
he did. I think he did mention it. We were in a McDonald's drive-through.
You have a good memory, man. You have like this great
uh,
like location memory.
when I'm sober, yes.
All
When I'm
right.
high, I don't remember shit.
Well, there you go. But you were at McDonald's just getting the munchies and sitting with your grandfather and listening to The Sound of Silence, singing along. Now that song probably has a completely different
Oh yeah, definitely.
feel for you.
Like, it's one of those songs that I hardly ever listen to, but when it comes on, it was just like it just puts me in that mood. Like, God damn it!
Yeah, it gets
Like, why
hits so
couldn't he
hard.
be here listening with me?
Exactly.
But when it
You
comes to his like spirit, his ghost, or I guess you could say, I
mhm,
think he did visit me the other day
wonderful.
because I was it was last weekend. I was home alone and like there's nobody else, it's just me and the dogs. I, I was getting ready to start recording some music and I felt like I wasn't alone for a second. And I was like, okay, Grandpa, is this you? Like I don't hear any like disembodied voices. Like, I don't think he's strong enough for that yet. But I did remember he had a K2, which is an AMF reader, since he was into that kind of stuff. Because I was his daughter was very like she can sense that kind of stuff. She can sense energies.
Gotcha.
He got a K2, but and I used it. I put it on my desk, but it wasn't getting interfered by the rest of my equipment. It was staying at green the whole time. I waited a little bit, trying to collect my thoughts, like open up the passageway to communicate, and I asked, Popo, are you here with me right now? And the light went straight to red 3 times in a row and stopped.
Oh wow.
And it was rapid. It wasn't like one, two, three. It was like, like it was fast. Like he full on grabbed it. And I thought that like my eyes started tearing up because I was like, what the fuck? But I mean, I think that was him. I could be wrong. I mean, you never know. It could have been
Yeah.
something disguising as him, but I mean, I'll take it. Like that
No,
was the last time I've ever talked to him. I think
man.
it was just trying to tell me that like, hey, I'm here, I'm okay, I'm happy. Just making sure you're okay.
It's better that you believe it
Hmm.
because I think that the power of belief when it comes to especially the afterlife is the strength. You ever seen the movie Coco?
Is it that animated one, like
Yeah.
clay animation,
Was Pixar, not Clay.
Pixar? I don't freaking know. But yeah, I think I did watch it. I don't remember it, but
Okay.
I mean,
It's about remembering your ancestors and that's how they remain
yeah, I've seen the previews. I
with the
kind of get the gist
family.
of it.
Yeah. It's very creative. But like just that memory, that belief, that feeling, that situation to tell yourself and it could be 100% true because it sounds like it can't be anything else, honestly. Like you're saying this and you're saying it so confidently, like these red lights, like they literally lit up as soon as you asked that question. You said that this was like very quick thing too. It was like giving you a sign.
Hmm.
That's something that I love. And there's a lot of ghost hunters out there that
Yeah.
walk into any room and I'll just put up the clip of the people in South Park. It's so fucking funny. But like seriously, they will walk into any room and they'll be like, I feel energy in here. Yes. Did his name start with a J? They'll be like, Jonathan, my Jonathan. It's
Bruh.
like, oh my gosh, it's a scam, of course, but for that after feeling of any emptiness, like
Hmm.
people say to this day, like when a animal passes away. Most recently, we had our cat at my fiance's house. We had to let him go, and he was so part of the family. And there are times where I'm thinking I'm gonna wake up and he's just gonna be walking across the room, and probably one day he will be, but just invisible, of course. His spirit will be there, and we'll feel it, but we won't be able to see. And
Hmm.
that's something where it's like the unexplainable that still should help you. It's part of the process of letting anything give you hope, give
Yeah.
you that sense that you're not alone. Like you said, you didn't want to feel completely empty in this room, and you didn't. There was something there. I've had that plenty of times when my
Yeah, I
grandma
felt
passed.
him before I knew it was him.
Perfect, perfect.
Like I felt the energy. It didn't feel evil. It felt like welcoming. Like I wasn't scared.
Yeah,
Like
no,
of course I was shaking because the adrenaline. Like what am I feeling right now? But like it wasn't. It didn't feel like harmful in any way.
that's fantastic, man. And I hope that feeling, that being, comes back and
Hmm.
gives you something because the people that go too soon are the ones that are supposed to guide us. They're supposed to
Yeah.
give us that structure. My morals and values mostly come from my grandmother, I mean, I
Mhm.
was very religious as it was. My mom tried to raise me in the church, and I was very disobedient. But when my grandma would talk about things about church, I would very much focus and make sure that I wasn't disrespecting the way to pray the rosary or hold it 27 times or anything like that. But I had just that connection. Like you said, you had this with your grandfather, and, I can relate to that. I haven't had as much time with my grandma as you have with your grandfather. And that's like where the big difference comes in, is like the amount where you've been with this person. Once again, my fiance's family, their uncle passed away, and he was literally there every week their whole lives. Like, it was insane, because you never know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
And just that feeling like nothing can remain as it was, because this was the routine that your entire world was around. And so I can only imagine how challenging that is right now for you, and especially your family. I hope that they're okay as well with everything. But like I said, the whole entire meaning behind it, the music that you're going to create from this, is going to impact so many people. And it's going to help
That's
you grieve. It's going to help you relieve that stress, anxiety,
I,
pain.
I'm hoping to reach like people that feel that kind of way too, and with anxiety and all that. Like, I just want to be able to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And even with my grandpa's passing, like since he listened to my music, he liked the sound that I was creating. Some of the lyrics, maybe not. He didn't really like the saddish kind of songs,
Yeah.
but like knowing that he was a fan of it makes me want to continue doing it more and getting better at it. Like it's more of a drive. Like, hey, I'm gonna make you proud,
Yeah, and I
kind of
could
thing.
tell that when you're getting your Grammys and all of that on stage, you're going to be shouting him out, pointing up to the top. This is for you, Grandpa. That's the
I'm never gonna
truth.
get a Grammy, and I'm not saying I like
No.
self doubt, but it's like I'm never going mainstream. I'm never gonna
Okay.
get signed to a label. I'm staying independent. Like the labels, they just use you. And it,
100%.
like at first, I thought I was getting signed to a record deal because there's this guy. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't want any beef with the guy,
Gotcha.
but
So
like
Aiden,
I
no, I'm kidding.
no this guy no. No, but look, he found the guy actually, and then
Okay.
I went to his venue, but you had to be 21, and I was only 19 at the time.
Okay.
So I showed up to the venue. He goes, "You have to be 21." I was like, "Oh, okay." But he came up to me, tried to sign me in Aiden, but it was
Ooh,
only for the money.
so
Okay, JK, now
dangerous.
is not the time to call me. But like he said that our music wasn't really that good and that we had a lot to work on. But like I signed a paper, but it was only for the emailing list. It wasn't the like the full on thing. So I told him that I wanted out to like literally 2 days ago, and he was okay. And I was like, damn, that was easy.
This,
Now I'm kind of scared because I don't want him to fuck me over like within 20 years.
yeah, this label guy, I've never heard that marketing before, to prop up your artist by saying, you're not good enough yet.
Well,
Did he say you're
I
good
mean,
but not good enough yet? Like, did something kind of like a
he thought he was the best rapper because he can make like I don't know what you would call it, like have multiple different words that rhyme in one sentence.
okay?
I don't know. I think
That's
like I personally think he's delusional.
he wrote The Way I Am by Eminem.
No, he's not that good.
He wrote Tech Nine's verse in Speed 'Em, the third verse, where it's literally almost everything is F's in the beginning.
He's not that good. He doesn't
Exactly.
have a flow. I can tell you that right now.
No leveling up for him. Sorry. Sorry,
No
bud.
flow. I mean, his lyricism is not bad.
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's talking about, but he's got no flow. He's not the best looking guy either. He looks like he does dip.
This is the label guy?
Yep. He has a
Wow.
buddy too, which I'm not gonna name him,
Yeah,
but he
don't name
seems like
anybody.
he would seem like a more chill guy. Like I would actually enjoy hanging out with that guy.
Okay.
But
Well, there you go.
the first two, I'm just like I see what you're trying to do, but you're going about it like entirely wrong. When I met the guy, he had over 18,000 listeners on Spotify. Now he only has 25.
25?
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not any bigger, but
no. That
Like
That's
I've only got 30. I've been hovering around like 25 to 30, 32-ish.
no, that's an insane decrease that only happens when bad word of mouth happens. That's like a canceled person.
I think like I think they figured out what he was doing.
Okay.
So I mean, either that or they just figured out that his music is mid and not that good. Like
Well, you know,
his music is talking about fucking bitches making money doing all that. I'm just like, bro, like
useless.
no one's gonna listen to that anymore. It's not about that.
It's the same
And
shit.
it is the same shit. It's just repeating the past. It's all it is.
Yeah, that's gangster rap in general. That specific type. But at
Yeah.
least there were some great beats, I should say, not good, great beats back in the day that would just soar over anything that the artist was saying, and it would make it more of a song as opposed to just preaching the worst shit that you should ever have to kids that probably shouldn't take that kind of I don't know, mindset into their daily lives. Like, oh yeah, just fuck bitches and get money. No, don't do that.
I mean, that seems like a good life until you catch feelings for someone, and then you're like, I kind of like you, and then next thing you know, you go bankrupt, and then you're like, fuck, what do I do now?
Yes, they didn't. There's no songs about divorce besides
Nope.
country music. They're the
Nope.
only ones that have the right to do that.
Yep.
I haven't
Either
heard a
I see
rapper
a
talk
girl,
about
I got a
divorce.
big truck.
She took my dog, she took my truck, took the house.
Get in the tailgate, take you for a ride. Nope.
It's the truth though. I mean, like these are
green tractor.
these are not the popular things that
Oh.
they talk about, the realistic side. And that's why I always appreciated when like Eminem would actually expose that stuff. One of my favorite songs is Sing for the Moment because he said like these songs are specifically made for those people that have our poster on the wall. They're not supposed to be taken seriously. When we say we have guns, we're not shooting people. This is just lyrics. You have to know the difference. Like that is a great message. And then he changes all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff later on because you know Slim Shady happens and his proof pass away. His proof, I should say. Proof is still alive and well in our description down below. But yeah, his proof, his best friend passed away, and that changed like his perspective on everything. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
later on in life, you have two choices, and I'm guessing that I'm still in like the beginning phases of this. But it seems like almost everyone has a choice to continue the same that they've been personality wise or grow the fuck up. And Eminem
He
used the
grew up.
persona to grow up, but at the same time still stay in that in
Yeah,
that.
he still got that same personality. He's just more mature,
Yeah, exactly.
but he
And I'm
still knows how to diss somebody without saying their name, and we know exactly who he's talking about.
kill shot for the love of God, man.
Yes.
Nobody could test that. Oh my gosh. The
Hell,
first
there was one other guy that did.
weird,
I don't know
weird.
if he made a diss track, but he made like what would you call those? Like a parody? I don't
Yeah,
know. But this guy named Fix, Phix, Fix. He made a
fix.
song with the same beat. He just made it like sound a little different, just so he can still get paid. But he made a song with the beat, used the same flow, and he killed it.
Excellent. Yeah, there are some very creative people out there.
Oh
Before
yeah.
Eminem dropped his diss, you know Dennis, Denace.
No.
So Dennis is Stan.
Oh
Literally, he is Stan.
yeah, I'm not a huge Eminem like super fan, so I wouldn't know that.
But yeah, he creates all of the diss tracks when Eminem is taking his time between it if he actually is going to respond. Like Dennis wrote at least three of Eminem's disses towards Nick Cannon. And they're phenomenal, like really well thought out. He also uses the same cadence as Eminem. He's been doing that from the beginning, which was really funny because for me as a new guy getting into Eminem, I was always looking for new music, and it was like brand new song Eminem, and it would be a Dennis song, and we would all believe it. Would be like, wow, Eminem sounds just like he did in 2002. How did that happen? Like, wow, what kind of production? This is crazy. But yeah, it's a very big fan of Eminem, and it's pretty awesome if you check out his stuff. He's very good, but he's been doing like shorts or political stuff recently. So
Yeah.
everybody goes
Everybody's doing that
political.
now.
Yeah, it seems to be the
I
trend.
mean, I got my own opinions on the political shit, but I ain't about to get into that because I don't want no controversy.
Yeah, and you don't want that to be involved with your music as the only thing
No.
people take from your music. That's the
The
thing. Is
only
like,
kind of controversy that I'll even mention in my music is like how guys get treated like in life. And like
ooh,
we could find a girl, get married, but then something could happen and you could lose literally everything, and they would always pick the woman's side over the men's. And like if something were to happen with like kids or something, like you get falsely accused, you got no say in it whatsoever. And you can sit there and cry. No one will have your back. But once the women breaks down, everyone's right there. Like
based as fuck.
that's
Based
how
as
lonely
fuck.
men get. That's how lonely men get.
You got to
Like
check
they don't
out
understand.
Roma Army. I don't know if you already follow her. She's a
No.
fantastic men's rights activist. And then
Wait,
you
does she have a
also,
huge tattoo on her neck?
yes, yes,
Yeah, I've seen her on YouTube. I follow her.
I would hope so. And
I'll
and
be like, this
then
girl, like, where is she? I need to meet her.
Ryan of the Whatever podcast and Whatever channel on YouTube, he always brings this up whenever he's trying to argue that marriage is a waste of time for some people or most people in the modern day. Now,
Mhm.
that being said, as somebody who is about to get married, I can say when you find the right person, truly find the right person, you've opened up to each other 100%, you know, everything, there's no locked like little boxes that you have to open up later as you get married. That's when you know you're with the right person. Do not jump into a relationship and say, I believe that I'm head over heels and they're head over heels for me and everything's going to work out, because those are the kinds that will end up taking all of your stuff away. And then you'll have to write country music for the rest of your life about how it could have been different, but it's not the same. It's just not the same without her next to me.
When do you get married?
I am gonna get married hopefully next summer.
Oh,
We've been together for 12 years, so
oh,
it is
damn.
a
Okay,
long
yeah.
period of time. We're
That's still a
best
little bit of a
friends.
wait, but congrats on that. That's huge.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And I am overjoyed to finally say that I'm growing up enough to find a place for us next year and be the provider. I'm a traditional guy. That's another thing that Brian of the Whatever podcast pushes, is traditionalism. So yeah, like if you want to go political in that case, then fucking go for it, man. More rappers need to be real about how men are treated in society.
Oh, yeah, no. If we don't have money, if we don't have anything, we're ignored.
You're
Oh,
demonized. Everything is demonized.
everything.
You say
Women,
the wrong
children, and
thing.
dogs are the only things that are loved unconditionally.
You
If
can't
we
even
don't have a full on 9 to 5 job making over $50,000 a year,
50,000. They want 100,000. I heard these stupid bitches, man.
they're delusional.
They're absolutely
They need to be
delusional.
slapped across the face by my mom, who got
There you
hit
go.
with the ugly stick. No, the
There you
ugly
go.
log.
Yes.
They just need to have reality, because
I
not
find it
everybody is going to be that like, one like perfect person. Like no one's a 10 out of 10. No one's perfect. Everyone's gonna have their flaws. That's what they don't realize. They can be like a 10 out of 10 in looks.
no,
Like,
you're
yeah, I know a few people that are like that,
spot on.
but there's not gonna be a single person that's 10 out of 10 in personality. I'm not a 10 out of 10. I've got my own flaws that I'm working on, and I probably will work on them my entire life because I'll never be perfect. But
That's how
like
we all feel. That's how we should feel, at least. We should never have the ego
the
that
girls that say they're
tells
10 out
us.
of 10, that's what's wrong with them.
That's red flags across the board right there.
Oh,
Anybody that
instantly.
says that, that's a wild person right there. They're not good. But the craziest thing for specifically the men's rights activist stuff was that stupid TikTok where the girl is sitting at the gym and she's like, this guy's been watching me.
Oh,
It's like, you're in his spot.
yes.
You're in his spot. She's like, he's so obsessed with me. It's like, you're in his spot.
If like
He
because
works
I don't
out.
ever go to the gym, but
Yeah.
I can relate to what they do because I used to go to the gym with my dad, and I would see these hot girls with like they're super fit, and I'd be staring sometimes. I'm like, I was young, I didn't freaking know the difference.
Yeah. No,
Like
you're good. You're good.
I didn't understand that. So like I would just sit there and stare. Now that I look back at it, I'm just like, damn, these guys are getting put down just for having a simple like
Yeah.
wondering eye. Like that's not
No.
their fault. They happen.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah. With
Sometimes I'll glance at a nice ass or something, but I'll have a little glance, show a little like smirk, and be like, "Yeah, that's nice," and then walk away. That's
you're
it. That's all
absolutely
I'll do.
correct.
Keep my opinion to myself. Don't talk to her unless she talks to you.
Best way to do it. That is a gentleman right there. Guys, we're all in the same boat. We're not going to be like, "Oh man, what are you talking about? I don't look at chicks. What are you that when they show skin, I look away. I go with God." Shut the fuck up. We're 99% testosterone crazed kind of dudes. We need that kind of shit all the time. We're thinking about that all the time. You're gonna tell me you see it directly in front of you, you're gonna be like, nah, not for me. Like that's not gonna happen. But yeah, like you said, small glance, look away. That's the best choice. Small glance, look away.
Don't
Especially
make it obvious.
yeah, with the digital age, don't make it obvious because eventually you'll end up on someone's TikTok and it's
And
stupid.
they'll make you look like a bad person. Next thing you know, your entire career is ruined over somebody who doesn't have a life.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I keep my promise ring on. I'll be keeping my wedding ring on when I get that, and I'll make it very obvious to the ladies that no matter what my status is, I am very happy. But in all honesty, man, this is actually the best way that I thought we were going to go. I was hoping that we were going to dive deep into something that was completely outside of my list. As I was like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
no, I'm
what could I
completely
do?
open.
Movies, music.
It's completely unhealthy to keep things in. You just gotta talk about stuff. Like even like therapists, they're like sometimes I don't trust them with certain things, but like now I don't really care. Like I will tell you the information, do
Mhm.
what you want with it, take it how you want to take it. That's not my problem. It like you do you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep on doing me. I know who I am inside. I know what I'm doing. I know the person I have become. I may not like it right now because I'm very much of a dark individual, which I don't want to be. But I mean, I'm gonna keep on doing me. And if you don't like it, there's a fucking door.
love it.
I don't care.
You're speaking the
But if you
truth.
like it, here's the chair right next to me. Right along.
That's full honesty, man, and I appreciate that and I respect that. And
And
also,
that's what
once
happened to
again,
Aiden.
all the way back to Aiden. But once again, I appreciate you for your vulnerability with all of your storytelling before as well. With all of that, I know it was a deeper subject, and anybody that can actually open up about that, especially when they're live on a podcast, it's incredible. And your bravery is highly worthy of respect from everyone listening. And if you don't respect him, I will kick your ass harder than MGK. Anyway, we're going to finish off with one last question. This is a very important question, and it has to do with your future. What is your plan moving forward just this year?
This year. So first I'm gonna get a car so that way I can go like shoot music videos and stuff and travel because that's something I've always wanted to do.
Perfect.
But first get a car, like figure out what's gonna go on with this house that we're in because we don't know if we have to sell it or not. But I'm not gonna get deep into that. But that's personal stuff.
Gotcha. No worries.
But I mean, get a car, go do my thing. Um, Start upgrading my setup some more. Make it to where I can have people come in because eventually I'm gonna have my own place. Me and my sister are looking to get a place together and just kind of stay there until either she finds a man or she sticks with the man she's talking to, or
Mhm.
until I find vice versa. Like just kind of build my path as I go because you never know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get like kicked down to the ground. You're gonna get brought back up by something else. Like you never know. Just kind of go with the flow.
Perfect, man. Absolutely great choice
But
to
I
live
know what
that
I got to
way.
do first. I got to get a car first.
That's first on the list. Everybody help him get a car. If you
Nah,
go and
nah, don't help me.
tell
Don't help me. I want to do it on my own.
tell hundreds of people to check out this podcast, then I will eventually grow to get $5. And those $5 can go towards Edison here, who will create the light bulb for rap music and make all of us think correctly when it comes to critical thinking, speaking your mind, and true full honesty again. Once again, that has been a topic that they've been avoiding in rap music these days, especially the bigger artists. I mean,
Yeah, I got a big mouth when it comes to that. I don't care what they say to me. Like, cool,
good.
you got billions of fans. Cool, you got good songs. I don't care. I still can see the person you are on the inside, and I don't like it. Therefore, you can go fuck off.
You're damn right. Yeah, I can go fuck. No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, not you. You're cool.
I
I
appreciate that,
like you.
man. Man, it was so nice to meet you for the first time, and I really, really hope that you get nothing but the greatest of success for your literal, just the most based opinions and the way that you're writing your music and the way that you're always looking up to something. You always have something where you're like, I am not settled until I have finished it all. That is the best mindset. and everybody should look up to that no matter what age you are at. And, you know, big respect to your family, your grandfather, for seeing that light in you, man. And we as a community, my whole community, also love you because you're here with me right now. And this was an awesome conversation.
It was an honor to be here, honestly, because with like without anything that happened, I would probably never met you, would never met Crimson, would never met like my buddy Logan. I got him into streaming actually. He's actually being pretty successful. Just started streaming on Kick, averaging maybe 20 people, got over 100 followers already, and he just started a month ago. And I was like, damn, dude, you got a whole audience right now. Good, dude, that's awesome.
You're
I remember
right.
I remember we were streaming to nobody.
And he's on the best app. He's not
Exactly.
doing Twitch. No,
Exactly.
no blocking of the word simp. Simp.
Fucking Twitch.
So stupid. I hate censorship. Either way, man, thank you for joining me. I really hope you had an awesome time, and I'm going to promote the shit out of you. Once again, go to the description down below, everybody. Help this dude out. He's going to make it all the way to the top if we do that. And he's not going to stop there. He's going to keep climbing that mountain. He's going to prove all of these other rappers that have been complete posers that they are absolutely not fit for the rap game anymore. And it's time for some truth to rise up once again. And that's what we're going to get from YungEdxsxn. All right.
Thank you
Any
for
last
having me,
words?
man.
No worries.
Any last words? Yeah, I got a few. Don't listen to anybody. Do what you want. Do what you love. Fuck what they say. You know who you are. Chase your dreams. And just be you. That's all I gotta say.
Love it. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope all of you have an awesome night and stay safe out there. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Media Man Dan podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome day and stay safe out there.